Alright, hello. Good afternoon, evening for those in across the pond, and I guess middle of the night, morning of for those in Asia and beyond. Hello, hello. How's it going? Let's see who's here. Custom, hello. Hope you feel better, by the way. ODM, hello. Lucas, hello. Altster, yo. Funky, hello. Hubert, hello. Harry Smallwood. PoE 2 is so fun. Let's all play together. I haven't decided whether to pick it up or not, but I've been hearing good things about it. So you can play Path of Exile 2 without playing the first one. I never played the first one, so I guess I'm not new to the genre though, because I did play like a lot of Diablo before. But I guess if you know how to play that, then you can play PoE, right? Let's see. Monster Dude, hello. I'm gonna have buy a shipping container or build a shed. I don't keep a lot of. Depends on what type of box it is, but a lot of the cardboard box I just toss out. Ray the Bull, hello. Pablum, hello. Vrugdash, good evening. Latam Keys, 32 poggers. Steel, could you send some greetings to Latin America? Hola, fellow Latinos e hispanohablantes en Latinoamérica. ¿Cómo están? Un saludo y un abrazo para todos los de Latinoamérica. Latam Keys, muchas gracias. 32 meses. Muchas gracias, compañero. Nine Walker, hello. How's it going? Boomerangaroo, hello. I love mud, hello. Alright, so I guess let's get started, yeah? So today I have this wonderful prototype. This was actually the build that was done by Mr. Types, Mr. Nathan. We actually didn't expect this, expect to build this today. It was sort of like, it was a proposition brought to me by Mr. Custom 3, maybe like, it's a little while back, not too long actually. But basically, you know, they were like, would love to have you build it, see it out, and like check it out. I expressed some interest in it before, not formally, but like kind of like I've seen the interest check, and I thought it was a cool board. So as you can see, it's like this sort of like battleship type inspired board, where it combines a 60% with the double F-row cluster, F1 through 24 essentially. And you know, kind of adopts that, and so it's a pretty cool board. It's currently on group buy. Actually, the group buy was slated to initially end 2 days ago, but it was extended because we managed to get Mr. Nathan Types to actually send it out for me to check out. And just, you know, as a disclaimer, this is actually not a sponsored build at all. I'm not being compensated on this one. I just kind of volunteered to do this one because I think it's a cool part. Yeah, so just kind of checking it out. So when I kind of like, let's just kind of walk through it. But when I kind of got this board, you know, it just arrived in the box with a bunch of foam. And it is currently built with Cherry MX Blacks, I think Lube with 205 probably, and filmed with I'm not sure if TAX or Desky's films, but you know, Cherry MX Blacks. And the one thing I quickly noticed that is that you know, it's built on a polycarb plate. It has a O-ring mount that goes around this part. When Nathan built it, he didn't. There was like the O-ring was kind of like cutting through the corners here, so I actually opened it up. I put like empty switch holes like from the bottom housing, just to kind of like have the O-ring actually stretch all around the corner. It was also missing a couple of screws, like especially in the sides. So I did notice from his prototype build that the lack of screws was actually creating a little bit of bottom out effects on the main part of the case. So primarily, like, you know, the screws are located right here, so it was kind of causing this part to sag a bit, and so this was bottoming out a lot more easily. But once I replaced all the screws, it seemed to sort of like come back up. And so it's an interesting board. It uses a top mount portion here. It's a separate plate here, so it has a separate plate and a PCB here. You have a JST cord that sort of connects this area down to this area, and then you have a JST that connects from this main cluster to the daughter board that's located in here inside of this kind of like bottom accent weight. And so you have a O-ring mounted portion here, and you have a top mounted portion here. So pretty fun board. And yes, this is Villanelle. Yes, this is Villanelle. And yeah, you can find all the information about the board on the Keycaps thread, where the interest check / group buy updates are located. And so yeah, I just slapped some Keycaps on cherry mix blacks, as you can see. And yeah, it's currently built with a polycarb plate. So I actually left the build alone like this because I wanted to sort of show you how it sounds with MX blacks. And unfortunately, I did manage to send the Vita back out to Canon Keys, and so I recovered those MX browns that were on that build. So we got enough MX browns here to cover this build now. So, you know, I'm gonna test it out with MX blacks, and then I'm gonna desolder it. I have my desoldering gun and stuff like whatnot here, and then we're gonna go ahead and build it with MX browns. We can probably preserve the stabs. I do have a few extra stabs here just in case we need to replace anything, but yeah. What else? I did a little surgery, just repaired some of the JST cables that were pinched a little bit. That was not a big deal. And that's pretty much it. So that was kind of like the preface for the for this build, and so right now it's perfectly working, and it's kind of like good to go. It's like this build is actually all done. Cherry mix blacks, pretty nice. And so before we actually get started and, you know, try this build out right away, I wanted to send a big thank you to Hubert the Mad, who I think is here. So Hubert the Mad was really kind, and so last stream on the 3rd, it was actually my I guess 8th year anniversary in the community, in the hobby. I actually remember that specific date because it was like the day of the first mechanical keyboards meetup in Washington DC. And I attended that meetup as my like introduction to keyboards back then. Like, I was already introduced to mechanical keyboards in general, but I was not introduced to the enthusiast scene, and that was like my first kind of like attendance to an event. And I remember I went there. It was like at Georgetown University, in, you know, down in DC, and it was a fun event, and that kind of like put me right into the slippery slope of keyboard stuff. And so I still very vividly remember that date and the time and all that, and like who I met and all the things I saw. I really fell in love with like nice tuned MX blacks. I really like ergo clears and toprid. I think those three things stood out the most to me. Keycap options, I kind of like was like, okay, you know, that's cool. SA, DSA, that was like a lot of very popular back then. And you know, cherry profile is very similar to OEM, so not much of a shocker there. But yeah, I still remember that. It was like my 8th year anniversary, I guess, since then. But anyway, yeah, that kind of like led me into a slippery slope of collecting keyboards and getting interested in all the stuff behind it, and became more active in the scene, made my Keycaps account, bought a few things, and you know, and the rest is history. And so Hubert the Mad was very kind to send out a little box here. Well, it's not actually that small, but a gift, sort of like a little like a commemorative gift. And so I kind of wanted to open it up without, you know, I kind of wanted to make it a surprise for myself, and just give a quick shout out and a message of thanks to Hubert, who was very kind to send this. And so, yeah. let's open it up. Let me just double check there's no weird packing slips. Oh! Okay, I know what this is. So we got a set of WOB. Not that I don't have any WOB, but set of WOB is a true classic. So we got a nice set of drop WOB. Yeah, GMK white and black, you know, classic stuff. Thank you, Hubert. I really appreciate it. I definitely use WOB for a lot of stuff here and there, so I appreciate it. So never lost WOB, good old WOB. I guess I could open it up and just quickly see how jumbled the keycaps are in there. Actually, I thought that was gonna be enough to open it, but no. And but yeah, WOB is never lost. I do have a couple of sets of WOB, like three actually. And then there's like a few of the WOB variants too. Like there's like WOB Cyrillic and Red Cyrillic, and oh, as expected, it's everywhere. That's not too surprising. The bottom tray usually ends up intact because it's very nicely sandwiched within the first one. But I don't know why they don't do it in such a way where this top cover is as compacted as the bottom one here. If they did that, then you wouldn't see this jumble. But yeah, usually the bottom tray ends up fine, the top tray ends up like this because there's a lot of space in here. But it is what it is. I'll figure it out some other time. But once again, a big thank you, Hubert, for sending out a classic set for a classic loving person, I suppose, like myself, as you said. So yeah, thank you, Hubert. Blanc sur noir over white on black. I mean, isn't that the same shit? Just kidding. I mean, I do have blanc sur noir, so I get it. It's a nice set. I do like this, especially the pat printed caps on that too. Oops. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and try this build out. So just kind of type on it, try it out. You guys can hear what it sounds like, and we'll go from there. We'll disassemble it. I'll show you guys what the board looks like on the inside. I'll disassemble it, desolder it, and then we will go ahead and rebuild it with some good old MX Browns. All right, so let me move the mic over here. Okay, I think that should be good. Audio is good. And let me stop the music here. Okay, so I think this level should be fine. Maybe that, just so it doesn't go out of focus suddenly. All right. So if you want to take a look, if you want to see it from the side too, you can see it from the side as well. That's the way it looks like. But let's give it a shot, shall we? Okay, so this is the PlaketXL from Flatbrains, duo from France designing keyboards. And this board is currently on group buy until the 10th, and currently this is Mr. Types Nathan's MX Black build with GMK Villanelle on a polycarb plate with O-ring mount, and we have a nice colorful F-row here with and an aluminum plate, also MX Blacks. All right, there you go. 20-minute build? Yeah, that's right. I just finished it in 20 minutes. Easy clap. Out of which I spent the first 10 doing nothing. Alright, so that's what it sounds like. Let's check out the mods, and then we'll go ahead and tear it all down. Alright, mods. And the Afro. Whoops. Oh yeah, it's mapped to other stuff. I can't, like, I need to disconnect this. Very nice sounding, right? So I do think a lot of the sort of like bottoming out sort of sounds that were coming through on Nathan's build are gone with the replaced screws, right? If you were in that stream, you probably can tell, but I don't really see much problems with the compression here. So I will say it's not like super soft, but it's it definitely is O-ring mount feeling. The O-ring itself is not like the softest, I think, and there isn't too much space in there, so the compression is slight and it's nicely compacted in there. So it's pretty comfortable to type on with a polycarbonate O-ring here. So yeah, I think it sounds great with MX blocks right now. Like, what do you guys think? Yeah, so pretty nice build here. Definitely sounds quite nice. And we'll get to take it apart and build it back up with MX routes and see what that sounds like. Also, Monsieur Asdar, hello. I hope you'll enjoy this French keyboard. I know I will. Sadly, I can stay. No problem. I hope you have a great day. Great evening, rather. What's the sculpt here? This is a sculpt from Raw Studio. They're a maker from Vietnam. Yeah. Sending love from my Flatbrains keyboard in the USA. Video huevo. Thank you. All right, so let's go ahead and take it apart. Just wanted to kind of like give a first quick sound test of this, and as we take it apart, you're good to look at all the internals if you haven't yet, and we'll just kind of go from there. All right. All right. So I use this pad here. So we have, this board uses pretty much all M2 size screws, so just one screwdriver needed. And so I'll just go ahead and start from the top. But what's kind of cool about this board is that it sort of sports a pretty nice, let me focus that a little better. Actually, let me do it from the top. It's a little easier to see from here. But it sports a nice side profile that sort of shows this weight color along with the bottom case, along with the top case. So you kind of get this nice tri-color sort of scheme. The Afro being slightly slanted like this, it kind of stands out a little further. So it's a pretty nice design that kind of showcases different parts of the board from the side quite nicely. And the rest of it is kind of more on the standard side. You kind of see it looks like these bezels are actually even. even bezels from here to here. Obviously, this is just HKV blocker, and then this portion here for the F-row is sort of more more akin to those big cherry boards. So pretty nice, very nice looking board. So it has a little bit of that kind of like screwless look, as you can see. I mean, like seamless look. So as you can see, you have no seams over here, and the screws are all at the bottom. So it uses 10 bolts to attach the top and the bottom piece together. So let's go ahead and take it apart. I'll show you all the stuff. Emerald, hello. Pontus, hello. This board is so cute. It's just as cute as the 21XX, right? Alright, so they come off 10 bolts, 6 longer ones and 4 slightly shorter ones. So carefully remove the top piece. You just need to be careful because you do have a daughter board here. I will disconnect it from this end. A little easier for now, just so that I can separate the top and the bottom pieces. So the top piece, as you can see, move that over like this. As you can see here, we have a top piece with a top-mounted board over there on the angled F-row here. You have top mount. So that board has its own JST connectors, separate from the rest, and the top piece, you know, here supporting the plate and allowing for gasket mount. Okay. So now, so this portion, as you can see, I put these dummy switch housings for the O-ring to compress. To extend a little further. And so here, just have to be a little bit careful, but you want to disconnect. Maybe you can see from the side better. But here you want to just be careful and disconnect your JST cables. We got a 3-pin cable here, and we got a 4-pin JST cable here. So unplug those. Can you walk through the lenses you have on your various shots? Sure. So this lens over here is just a Sony zoom lens. So this one I can zoom all the way in, like that. It's like all the way up to 135, I think. I have Sony A6400s for bodies. And then the front camera over here, this one, that one is using a Sigma 16mm, I think, or 18mm, whichever it is. And then this side one is using a Sigma 30mm prime lens. So I have a zoom lens and the rest are prime lenses. Alright, so I remove that and then remove the O-ring, right? Just keep careful, okay? Alright, so that's the can you give me a social security number? Yeah, of course. It's 420-691337. Please be sure to take my bank account information as well. Splendid. Okay. All right. So so there's our 60% plate and PCB, right? Let's Pretty simple. And so I guess before I start desoldering everything up, I'll just show you what the assembly looks like. So the assembly looks like this. This is the bottom piece. The bottom piece has several components. So you have the weight and the main bottom piece. You have 2 bump-ons attached to the weight over here, 2 bump-ons attached to the case over here. They're like long bump-ons. They're not like the standard like round ones. And you have 1 internal weight over here, this brass weight that covers this portion here, and you have this sort of like acoustic weight, sort of like this weight with perforations under each of the switch areas. Actually, not for the whole thing. Actually, the bottom row lacks them, so all the way it basically covers rows 1 through 4, really. And these perforations are there for for sound purposes. And so these are attached by these M2 screws. And so the daughter board cables live underneath these weights. And then this one actually just passes through between this channel here and then into here. The reason I put some tape is so that on this particular prototype, you just want this to be, I just wanted this to not creep up on this side here where it could get pinched by the case. Because as you can see, if you look at the case here, this area you don't have channel cavity, so if you have the cable creep up there, it could get pinched, and so I just taped it up here just so it wouldn't creep up. But yeah, that's pretty much what this area looks like. I mean, I can certainly undo these, so maybe we can start undoing this first. The internal weights will be coded for the GB. Oh, okay, fair. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, this is a prototype, so so you can just carefully remove this. And so as you can see, underneath here, you have this weight, right? With the cavities, right? With the cutouts. And then underneath here, you have a daughter board cable running through. Again, I taped it again so that it wouldn't creep up and get squashed by the internal weight. And so this runs through here into this area over here where you have the daughter board placed. And so that's pretty much what that looks like. If you undo these screws over here, then you can separate the weight over here, this red weight over here from the main bottom piece that goes there. So just gonna carefully place that up and make sure this one also doesn't get squished by the weight itself. So do that, put it on. And then reattach our screws here. And if you're curious, I wanted to look what the bottom of this side looks like, right? It's again 2 little bolts here that hold the little weight together, the long horizontal weight here underneath the F-row area. And then here, maybe I'll use a spudger to just lift it up. Okay, and then as you can see, the daughter board lives there and is kind of like going like that. And then this one is the cable that will connect, there's just a little cavity for the cable for this area. So for the group by units, so there will be some revisions to these channels and cutouts and whatnot for the JST connector and whatnot. So you will experience less trouble in terms of, if you purchase this, you'll have less trouble in terms of like putting everything in the right places. So was that the cable you needed to fix up? Yeah, it was just this one. You see how this one has 2 red cables? I just undid one of the 4-pin cables I had, like extra cables I had, and I just put a new one in because one of the cables was like squashed, and so it was not the F-row wasn't working at first. So okay. So there's that. So just kind of leave it like that. And then, hello, Soran, how are you? So, alright. So I'm gonna go ahead and just undo this, and then I'm also going to go ahead and undo the screws for this. Oops, wrong screwdriver. Good. How about you? I'm doing all right. I'm doing pretty well. Do you check do you see what I shared the other day, Soran? Yeah. So I'm doing well. I'm poorer than usual. Lots of expenses these days. Life. Ha 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 ha. Yes, I know. Ha 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 ha. Okay. So put this aside. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just plug in my desoldering gun, and we'll desolder this. This might mess with my camera, so we'll see. Actually, I don't know how much current pull this will have on my stuff over here. Okay, cool. Regarding as to how I've been, I still haven't gone to making the second rev of the 3D printed board. Oh yeah, that looked really cool, Soran. Soran's making some cool shit in his downtime. All right. Alrighty, let's get that ready. We might need this. Today I reinstalled the Windows on my PC. Oh, nice. Sometimes you just gotta do that. Alright, it's time to desolder. Okay, maybe I'll take that time to actually take off the keycaps of this. I'm a lazy bastard, so I'm using my hands to remove the caps. Not that I would recommend anyone from doing it, but this is what happens when you're lazy. Diego, do you know why I sometimes mill-max and end up with crooked keycaps? So it depends on the mill-max. So for example, there are some tricky locations. Are you mil-maxing? First of all, are you mil-maxing PCBs that have ALPS and MX compatibility? If that's the case, then there is a little bit more wiggle room, right? Because the ALPS and MX compatibility paths may overlap in some locations, most locations, but in some more than others. And for like places like the pipe key, right? You get a little opening here for the stab cutout for the ISO enter in some cases. In those cases, you also get a little wiggle room there. So just another thing to watch out for. Another reason why you might end up with crooked keycaps is mil-max sockets are not all the way in to the point where they can be evenly across the entire board, and so that can create a different level of the keycap. Like for the height, even slight differences can also cause like switches being at different heights can also cause like a perception of crookedness. So you can also experience that. I don't know, I'm trying to think of other ways why you would end up with crooked caps. How are you, Diego? I'm doing pretty well. Do you think there is a limit to the number of times a PCB can be soldered and desoldered? I think the limit is very dependent on the physical state of the PCB. So some people desolder and solder at very high temperatures, which can cause thermal shock or damage to the pads themselves. And if that happens, then yes, you will have less durable pads. But generally speaking, I know folks, right? I know very specific people who do, you know, like 5, 6, not even, like some people even like 8 rebuilds, right? Like they do like all kinds of switches, or like maybe they weren't happy with the stabs or something. You know, they like desolder and resolder a lot of stuff, and they were doing fine with one single PCB doing that. And so it is a little bit of like a skill issue, so to speak. Like you should be careful with your PCBs and stuff. But yeah. So it really depends. Does that Hako stand come with the desoldering iron? No, I purchased the stand separate from the iron, I'm pretty sure. The iron comes in this box for me. It came in this thing, in this case, and the case itself just had this one, the small one that looks like this. So this one just allows you to put the gun sort of like that. The stand was separate, and I just bought it because I like having it like that. But I actually only use the stand when I am desoldering something, like more than one thing, or if I know I'm gonna take longer between things. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this was a separate thing, the 633. I'm always super sketched out using the included stand. Yeah, that's fair, because you know, it could like tip over, right? I'm always scared of that too. Alright, sorry for the noise. So I'm gonna turn on the fan over here to ventilate a little bit. Also, hello, Mr. Frank. How are you? Thank you for the 27. Damn. Been that long already? Howdy, Secret Myth. How are you? Peppa Pig time? Is that what people call it now? Peppa Pig time? Peppa, do you know how to whistle? Do you have a dark gray hoodie and an e-bike handy? I need you to do a really quick cosplay. Do you also want a Peak Design bag? I have the V1. I just kidding. I don't have a Peak Design bag. I saw on Reddit that apparently the jacket that guy was wearing like shot up in price. Yeah, a lot of flux. Bought an FR301 for Black Friday. Oh, nice. How much was it on sale? I actually do wonder. I bought it at basically full price back in the day, because they weren't really on sale before. Was like $270 or something direct from Hako. Oh, okay. It's not too far off from the price. Yeah, 20% off. Okay, I'm not sure if everything will come off right. We'll see. Okay, let's try. I just put it around 30 minutes ago, the Royal Clutch RK75 to testing the RGB because the RK65 doesn't illuminate very well the keycaps. Oh, I see. Do you need help trying to build 165 in the 2 of the mid-piece screws came stripped. Tried tape and rubber band trick, but no dice. A recommendation that I saw, Blue Crayon, in the key code server was you can try using a larger Torx bit, because it's hex if I recall, and give it a tap so it bites the screw, and then you unscrew, and then obviously replace it, like throw that screw right away and replace it. Like if you have something that has like teeth, essentially, like the Torx bits do, right? You can try and basically like tapping into the screw a little bit and then unscrewing. And then come off right away. By tap, like lightly hammer it, I guess depends. If you can do it by hand, then by hand. If not, then yeah, like a little back of a screwdriver, or you know, pretty much anything that works. Really, at the point where something is stripped, you know, you don't, like, whatever will take that screw out is good. So if it takes a little bit of a tap of a hammer to really bite the screw, then just do that. Yeah. Obviously, you don't want to miss and hit something else, or like strip it even further, right? That's the last thing. It's kind of a pain when you get strip screws. Okay. That's it. Those keys are still kind of soldered in. You can just tell because it doesn't wiggle, or what? Yeah. So if I try to take off the switch by pulling a little bit and it doesn't come off right away, it either has a little bit of solder still at, you know, kind of adhering it to the PCB pad. So the last thing you want to do is, or not the last thing, but you don't want to, like, if you wiggle a little bit and it doesn't come off easily, then yeah, there's too much solder attaching it to the PCB still. So what I personally recommend is just heat it up again, basically, so that the solder actually melts up and comes off, flows a little bit and comes off, right? But yeah, because you don't want to like pull the switch while it's still attached in place, even if it's by a little bit, because you can strip the PCB from the pad. So if a little wiggle won't do, then you gotta you might want to consider reheating that up. Is there a time when you have to reflow more solder to help? Yeah, so sometimes, like right now it came off pretty easily, right? But there are times when the when like you try to re-suck with the gun, right? And it won't like come off. Then if that's the case, yeah, it's easier to reform the full joint, like the full solder joint, and then basically just solder it up again and then desolder, because the desoldering gun will have an easier time with a fully formed joint, right? What was my worst desoldering experience? Probably desoldering some OEM stuff, or like, you know, like cheaper boards, like the Tada 68 type of boards, like those boards tend to have a very like weak structural integrity when it comes to like the pads, like the solder pads and whatnot. So like I would it would be so easy to apply even like a little bit of like heat, and like the pad would just strip right off from the the plating would just strip right off from the PCB substrates, which was really annoying, obviously, because then you're forced to work on bridges. So yeah. I thought this was alu for a second. Yeah, it's PC too. I should fix that. It's also PC on the top. My bad. Oh, I thought it was alu. I don't know. It looked black from the top, so I didn't check, but it's PC as well. Lead-free stuff? Lead-free stuff is also a bit of a pain, yes. The times when I'm dealing with lead-free solder, the easiest way to desolder those is to actually add leaded solder to the lead-free joints. Like, you basically heat up the joint with your soldering iron, and add a little bit of, you can use flux or you can use leaded solder, it doesn't matter. Because the leaded solder will have some of that extra content that helps it melt. So that usually helps a bit, but yeah, I mean, every experience is a little bit different, so. Okay, let's try to remove. I desoldered my G710S, and it was definitely time consuming. Yeah, the OEM stuff can be a bit of a pain with the lead-free solder and the weaker pads occasionally. Yeah, it just kind of depends. Every board is a little bit different. Sometimes it's just not that hard, but it's just Every time you try it, it's just like a bit of a lottery, I guess. Some boards are just built diff. So like right now, these I wiggle a little bit and they don't come off right away, right? So this one did, but probably a little bit of solder left there that is preventing it from just falling right off. So yeah. Trial and error though. Alright, there it is. All of it came right off. Okay, so let's go ahead and I remember when I learned how to use wick to desolder and made such a mess. Yeah, I mean for through hole, wick is, it depends. I mean, it's not that efficient for many through hole like applications, but for some SMD stuff, like wick is it works wonders. Like you really want to know how to use different tools, right, for different things, and so it really depends. Really depends. But sometimes wick is great. So yeah. Okay. So alright, so just kind of wanted to show the plate. That's what it looks like. Has these two switch tops here. I did want to provide some feedback to the Flatbrains team if they're here. But I do notice the spacebar cutout. This one. The spacebar cutout is actually in level with the switches. So it actually doesn't have stabilizer openings that are big enough for the wire to clear completely, I think. I think it just barely clears, but if the rest of them have the extra bit, I don't think I see them on this one, right? You don't see them on the north and on the south side. So yeah, just FYI. You know, I'm gonna hack it just to give it that extra clearance. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna, because these have flex cuts, that's just enough for me to get the extra clearance that I need. So I'm just gonna chop that bridge. Yeah. So stop it. Okay, that's it. Okay. So yeah, just open that up just for the spacebar wire to go through a little bit more clearly. So now it has full rotation. I don't think it had problems earlier, but just to be consistent with the other cutouts, I think it'll be good. Okay, so desoldering is pretty much done. So after I'm done desoldering, I like taking this apart and giving it a proper clean. while it's still hot, so the solder doesn't just get stuck on there. Right. And then I'm just gonna empty this out here. It's good to clean your soldering stuff right away if you can, because that way it won't stick and stay forever. I mean, you can clean it later too, but I prefer to do it sooner than later. Yeah. So, you know, just cleaning the chamber here as well. It's pretty good. So that way next time you use it, you don't have to deal with it having issues. Using the stock 301 tip? No, so this is different, right? So this thing gets really hot, so you don't want to touch that. So there is this tool that allows you to take this off. This one allows you to take the nozzle cover off, and this one is like it's kind of like a screwdriver shape almost, but it's basically like a little drill almost. Like it allows you to clear. Oh wait, oh, that's not supposed to be there. Actually, this, you know, it comes off with a tip, but this allows you to actually clear the inside of this part here completely. Goes all the way through, all the way to the end, and you know, that's how you clear it out. So right now I should be careful because this is probably still quite hot. Gonna carefully place it on. Fortunately, I'm working with a silicone mat here, so even if it's hot, it won't really do anything. And then you just put it back on. Alright, so that's done. I'm gonna unplug all this stuff, and I'm going to just wash my hands of the bits of solder I got here. And I'll be right back, and then I'll go and do the rest of the building, and we'll use MX Browns. So this is probably still hot, so I'm actually, yeah, I'm gonna move it aside actually. Hold on. Move it aside somewhere else where I can let it cool off a little bit. Alright, I'll be right back. Okay. Let's get back to the building. Okay. So, let's get back to this. Alright. Consume some beverage. And let's get those MX Browns now. And actually, let's also... Where's our... Okay. I need a keyboard here. I need a keyboard to type on. Let's see. Oopsie. All right. Let's just edit that. The polycarbonate full plate means. All right, there we go. Okay. So let's go ahead and do the rest. So we got our MX rounds over here. Let's put them on this. I think the stabs are fine. They're okay. What spring? 63.5 gram. It's probably Sprit Springs. I believe so. Tried to torque screw tap tech and no dice. Oh no. Did it just not really bite onto the head of the screw? If that's the case, I mean, if you just recently got the board in, yeah, I would try contacting Keycult support. Just email back on your, I think if you email back on your, like, invoice or shipping and stuff, it just emails them. So I think they might recommend the same stuff, but you can tell them that you already tried it. So, so they can give you tips, or if not, they might ask you like, oh, maybe you can send it back or something. I think my next largest bit is too big. What Torx bits do you have? Because the M2 equivalent is T6. The M2.5 equivalent is T8. Usually. Both T6 and T8. So T6 should barely have room to bite. T8 will be a little bit big. So, if the T6 didn't bite, then I'm not sure if T8 would even have space for it. It might be too big. Because the T6 is basically M2 plus torque shape for the head. Like just barely. It's so stripped that the T6 just spins. Oh, I see. Oh, that's rough. It's very circular, huh? Yeah, because basically any extractor kit out there, what they will do is the same thing. It's like all they're trying to do is bite into the screw tap, into the screw head, so that it catches. And then once it catches, you can rotate it the other way, right? So, I'm surprised they're stripped. Man, this sucks. Yeah. I'm genuinely surprised. I mean, I would take a break from it for a bit and take a look at it again a bit, see if you get any ideas of getting something to bite on that. But if not, you know, getting some outside help might be a good idea. I do have like one of those extractor kits, but yeah, it's basically the same thing. It just like the instructions for it is basically use this extractor bit to, like, you're essentially drilling into the head of the screw, or like using it by hand, right? Like you're forcing a form, like forming something on the metal there, so that the bit will catch, and then once it catches, it's it just goes. Clownfish, hello. How are you? All right. Got our build here. Solder these guys in, and we'll do a cleanup right after. All right, let's get that fan in here. I reached out earlier last month about a different issue, never heard back. Really? That's weird. Try bumping on it, because they just finished. So last month compared to this month might be a little better, because I mean this month might be better than last month because they just finished shipments. So, yeah, I would reach out anyway. Just try to bump that. They're probably pretty preoccupied trying to get those all out. Not enough hands kind of issue to attend to everything at once. La Quête de Beurre, hello. Bonsoir. Thank you for the tier 1 sub. Alright. So we're now finally in the rebuild phase of this. So let's go ahead and do that fairly quick. No. 60 switches on the main, 24 on the F row. Basically the equivalent of a TKL. I guess this is an 80% keep. Sorta, kinda. Has about the same number of keys though. Okay. Okay. Main section is done. 60 switches. And let's go ahead with the Battleship F-row cluster. Four more switches here. A quick 2 rows to solder. Alright, that's done. Alright. Okay, so we are done there. I was going to see if I should give it a quick clean. See a lot of flux here and there. So let me grab them. What do they call it? XT? Usually XT people call it the layouts that have the F rows on the left side. Usually, because it's akin to the XT, the IBM XT boards. Right? So I think usually those they will call XT, but yeah, I think the F row at the top is usually more like the Cherry, like the 2000 series type of layout, so a little bit different, I guess. XXT, because whatever you want to call it works, really. It's gonna be a little dirty here because of there's not much space. It's easier to clean when there's no solder joints on. Already some solder, some flux already stuck on this. Okay. It's a little better. Right, I think this one is fine. So, alright, let's go and put it all together. So, let's start with the F-row component. Here. Wow, that's loud. All right. Okay, so let me see, which way does it go? This way? This way. Do you think trying to type the TX bit is risky? I mean, I'll be honest, at this point, is anything risky or not risky? Because you are like, it's already stripped, right? Like, is there much recourse other than trying? But I mean, it's a bit of a, like, yeah, it's a bit of a skill issue, like literally, in the sense that, like, it's not just about the bit actually fitting or like you making it fit, but like that it actually bites onto the, it needs to actually bite onto the screw head properly, and that kind of it's almost like a little bit of luck too, you know what I mean? So I'm not sure. It's like it might work, but it might not. It might work, but it might not. Yeah, rubber band method doesn't always work. Rubber band method only works if there is something for it to catch on. But if it's very stripped, a rubber band won't do anything really. at least in my experience. Cement the bit to the screw. Whoa. Oh yeah, because that's another way, I guess. Yeah. Okay, now that's ready, right? I'm gonna move this to the side. Okay. So now we got the bottom piece, right? So we have our assembly here. So I'm just gonna put the O-ring over. Okay. One easy way to make sure the O-ring is nicely, well, one way I do is I just grab the O-ring from both sides like this, and then just kind of like tighten evenly, let go, right? Just make sure everything's nice and evenly kind of tightened. Looks pretty good. Actually, I don't know if this is a little tilted or not. I think it's fine actually. No, I think it's fine. Okay. Okay, now next step is just to put it on. So gotta be careful with our DB cables and whatnot. So I'm gonna start with the 4-pin over here. Okay, 4 pins in, right? Yeah, the glue trick is also like, you know, it can work. So it's worth a shot if you have the confidence to try it. And then you just need to make sure something bites on the screw and it stays still. You know, like that's the key part of any extraction process for screws. Come on, come on, all right there. Okay. And now, just gotta make sure now that the O-ring is properly compressed. So just make sure align it to the pillars, the bottom, the sides, everything else. Okay. So here, everything I think looks good, right? Caught on here a little bit. Okay. Okay. All right. So good. And now we go on to the top piece. So I put my thingy here, and then just bring it close. Plug it in, and then just be careful. You don't want any of these wires to get pinched. I'm gonna just move them towards the cavity, like that, as I close it. If it helps using another tool, just, you know, use a spudge or anything to just push the cable along the way. I think that looks pretty good. And then close. I can feel that something's getting stuck, so don't close it yet. Maybe I need to pull a little bit extra wire here. There's maybe too much wire on this side. Maybe push a little extra wire here, and then a little extra wire stays there. Okay, now just gotta double make sure that my O-ring is getting compressed properly. So once again, just check that. And now it's actually closed. Okay. So we'll just can check. So now it just needs the bolts to attach all the pieces together. So we can carefully flip it around, put it in place, and then so we have it was 6 bolts, and I think the deeper one's on the bottom. So we start from here. Okay. Okay. Just compress evenly, and one screw. Go to the other corner, on the inner corner here, other side. Compress. And do that. That JC cavity on the right has been tweaked since the prototyping round? Yeah. Yeah, I saw the note. It's good. It's good. I mean, that's exactly why you prototype things, right? So now you do it on the other side. Carefully. If something feels like it catches or something, you can always go back one step. Other corner. Sin Justia, hello, how are you? Plastic Bits, hello. Okay. Side screws. I'm gonna say I'm not a huge fan of M2 screws personally for any case screws. I think M2.5 should be the minimum for most cases. That's just a personal preference, though. I tend to find that M2 screws are a little bit too thin in diameter to actually do as much. They're effective, but I do find them to be a little bit on the small end. So, okay. All right. There it is. GMK Blossom. Wait, which set is that? Is that the pink one? The real pink one? I don't think I have that set, actually. Unfortunately. Should I put the other keycap set that I already had? So I had Villanelle and a bunch of GMK color samples. Not color samples, the colored thingies. Should I ask? Can I ask what silicone mat that was? Yes, it's the one from Novelkeys. Novelkeys recently released their work mat, silicone work mat. That was the one. So earlier I had Villanelle, right? It's this red and a light pink sort of set that was on this. I just chose that because I thought this one kind of looked similar to that. Villanelle sort of matched, and the gray is like nice and neutral for the top. I don't have what's lavender on black. I don't have that set. Didn't buy that one. Dual shot. I actually don't have dual shot. It's one of those sets that I like as a concept, but I didn't purchase because I didn't like the modifiers, unfortunately, and I'm picky with that stuff. Can you compare with Pingsu? Yes, I can compare with Pingsu. Yeah. Give me a sec. Actually, there's a good chance for me to check that it works. Okay, I heard the sound. Lilac, not lavender, my bad. Lilac on black. Yeah, I don't have lilac on black. Oh, my tab key is not working for whatever reason. But I think I maybe forgot to solder a... Oh, wait. Is it just that one? Did I forget to solder a few things here? Okay, let me double check what's working and what's not. Where's... Might have to go back anyway to the case. I thought I had it all right, but maybe I skipped a column by accident. Okay, that's working. Oh, damn it. It has some stuff programmed to that FRO that I keep. If I touch it, it'll change my thingies. Oh, one column isn't. I think the left column. Oh no, it's not everything. Okay, I might have accidentally skipped something. I can go back and check it. Yeah, I'm missing shift, tab, escape, and that's it. These three. I think I maybe accidentally skipped it by accident. So let's go back into the board. Sorry about that. But this gives us a chance to review our keycap sets. I can check pings in a bit if you want. Oh, whoops! Exclamation keycaps is that's not a valid command right now. I'm not really using any of that. I'm out at 8002 personally. Then I was in love. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, Dolce is a good set. I mean, I have a lot of Dolce. Yeah, Villanelle is a good set for this particular color of the case, I think. This dark red looks really good with it. It's a good set. I think it's kind of underrated. But yeah, I guess I maybe missed a few of the joints. I'm not sure actually. Not sure. Maybe I splattered some solder. I don't know. Maybe we go DCS again? We could. Potentially, yeah. DCS Honeywell could go well with this, actually. A nice dark gray case with DCS Honeywell would actually look pretty good. If you want to see that, actually. That's an option. Moment of truth, I guess. I don't know what happened, so. No, they're soldered. I see them soldered. So. But I'm not sure. Let me see. It's hard to say. Unless I stripped the pad somewhere. No, wait. Let me reflow this. Actually, it doesn't look. Let me double check. Can't tell. I said I missed escape, shift, and tab, I think, right? So let me just reflow these first. It could be the switches actually though. But I'm not sure, so we'll see. I did solder them. I think it might just be the switches. The good thing is I'm able to test from here right away. Actually, you know what? I have a daughter board here. I can just use this instead of troubling myself trying to plug in stuff that is annoying to plug in. I can just use a different DB that just will work for it. You know what? I think it can be the switches. I'm seeing some. I don't see this actually actuating. Let me try. Oh, I got tea from my partner. Some tea. Yay. Oh, it's so hot. Okay. Let's just desolder these few switches. What flavor tea? We've been on an oolong kick, so we get a lot of oolong. Different kinds of oolong. If you guys are into tea at all. I'm actually not sure which exact one is this one. Oh, interesting. It's not triggering. It's not triggering. Unless I messed up with anything here. Nope. These three keys exactly are not triggering, which is strange. They were certainly working earlier. Did I strip a pad or something? Let's see where these plug in. This one should work. Oh, no. Must have stripped it somewhere. Or burned something, I don't know. Can't tell. Let me see. This one connects to this one. And then let's see. Maylee, hello. How's it going? Thank you for the sub. Grab a quick wire. Where is it? Give me 1 sec, guys. Let me just grab a wire really quick. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? My repair kit. Let's see. Let's see. So this is plugged in. It should work. Yeah, for some reason this one doesn't actuate right now. Let's see. It's kind of weird. Yeah. Have you ever tried a Nova Touch? Yes. I had a Nova Touch in my... Actually, it was one of the first few things I bought when I came into the community because I really like Topre. And so I got a Nova Touch pretty early on. I liked it. I really like the Nova Touch in general. One thing is, I think it's a little bit different from just actual regular Topre boards. It kind of types a little differently because of the sliders. So like, if you like Topre, like you'll enjoy Nova Touch, yeah. But I would say that if you're like kind of sensitive to small changes, maybe it will feel different to you. It's kind of hard to say. Like I feel like for some it feels, you know, they think that the Nova Touch is pretty good, but for some they think it's like not like doesn't feel like an actual Topre board because the sliders make it feel a little bit different. So it's hard to say. I think it's like you gotta kind of try it and see if you like it or not. Oh, that's just so weird. There's these 3 switches that are not working for whatever reason, and I can't actually figure out why exactly. I didn't seem to have burnt any pads, and I'm looking for any shorts or any weirdnesses. I mean, the cable's fine, obviously, but my escape, escape, tab, and left shift for whatever reason are like not actuating, and I'm trying using a wire to actuate them, and I'm still not seeing it. Even if you test with tweezers, yeah, I'm testing with tweezers. I mean, wire tweezers, same thing. But I don't see it actuating, which is weird because it was up till literally a day ago. I'm trying even the ISO shift. So this is the ISO shift corner, and that one's not actuating either. Which, you know, I'm thinking, okay, well then maybe there's a pad that's destroyed, and so I try a different one, and that one doesn't actuate either because the column is connected. So this is connected to this, and this is connected to this, and this is connected to this, so they're essentially the same line. So if I were to actuate one of the same column with the other pad, it should be actuating, but I'm not seeing it actuate on my screen, which makes me think Well, it lost connection somewhere, but where is the question? I'm not exactly sure where. It's weird. I can bring my multimeter and check, but because it was working fine. Do you watch the series Arcane on Netflix? I watched season 1. I have not watched season 2. I do have to start season 2, but no, I have not started season 1. I mean, I have season 2, sorry. So this is connected to this. Yeah, and to this. And to this. And to this. And to this. Right? So there's no continuity problems between this and this and this and this, right? So then this, see, the weird part is this should be working fine. It's the weird thing. I don't see any diodes burned or not functional for whatever reason. I think it might be software related. Yeah, I don't think it's hardware related. I don't know. Maybe I might just re-flash it and try it sometime. But I think for now I can just ignore that it doesn't work because it's fine, and pop these switches back in and just go from there. Yeah. So yeah, I don't think it has an issue PCB side. Well, hardware side specifically. Sounds like a hospital stream now. Yeah, so I'm just gonna solder the switches back up and put it back together. Waiting for this to heat up. Alright. Okay. So let's go ahead and grab the O-ring. Put it back together. Watch it work after I put it back together. Just for absolutely no reason. It's like, hold my beer. Well, so that's the weird part, right? It was working okay. Literally, it was working fine because I tested it earlier. Right before the desolder, and then... So I'm thinking, did I burn the pad? But it seems fine. That's the weird part, I think. Alright. I mean, maybe I splattered some flux or solder on the controller or something, but I didn't see anything. I did check just now. So I didn't see any splatter or flux or solder on it, so that was kind of weird. Okay, let's put the screws back on. So we got 4 small ones on the top. It's just like earlier. Those three don't work, but everything else does. Okay. I'm not sure why. Alright, so keycaps. What should we go for? Do you guys want should we stick with Villanelle? Or should we go with something different? Yeah, make it easier for you? Okay. I think it looks good, so I think it's a good look. We do have, yeah, we can see something new as well. I don't mind either way. Case is gray. We can try DCS Honeywell if you're on the DCS kick. It's like gray with darker red, and I'm not sure what color this is supposed to be. Is it supposed to be like silver? Sort of has like a pinkish hue because of the red. It's like if I cover this, is it still pink? It's like if I cover this, it's still pink-ish. I'm not sure. 24 Artisans opportunity though. 24 Artisans. Like 2 of each kind. I mean, yeah. This has an opportunity for 24. That's true. 24 Artisans. Okay. 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 Maybe we'll stick with should we stick with the I actually think we should stick with GMK because the comparison is to use GMK with the MX Browns, right? And the MX Blacks that I tried earlier, so you can actually compare that too. So actually let's keep the same key set here. And we'll try putting 24 Artisans, which I do have, but I don't know what to put on specifically. Maybe I'll do pairs, or do I have pairs? We'll see. Bring back PF24. Alright, fine. Let's put these on first. Find the escape key for this one. And okay, 24 Artisans. All right, I guess I'll pick from different colors. So let's do that. All right, start with red. Do that one, and we'll do the one we had. And then maybe we'll do like semi-orange, I guess. I have more red. Maybe a little more red. And then orange. I don't have enough orange here. Let me go get some caps. Be right back. Okay, I'll be right back. I need to go get caps. Okay, I selected a bunch of caps here that I think would fit, but if anything seems like it would be different. I tried to go for a spectrum here. So we got orange, yellow, more yellow because I figured there's not enough yellow. Okay, this yellow doesn't fit here that well. Maybe I'll do this yellow is fine. So yellow, more yellow, and then we got green, more green. Couldn't quite get like indigo. So let's see, blue-ish. Fitting everything is a bit of a pain with clearance. Everything is slightly different, so. And then purplish. It's kind of a pain. And then purple-ish. Got a whole rainbow of caps. Oh, they surprisingly don't bind with each other much. I thought it would be a lot worse. Artisans are a whole money pit that I don't want to get involved in. Yeah, you're best not to get involved in artisans if you don't like them enough. It is a money pit, unfortunately. They've gotten more expensive over the years. I think that's a bigger problem. When I first started, they were not that expensive, so it didn't feel that bad, you know. Like when I first started, it was like, oh, you know, put $20 in here, or you know, like very nice ones are like 50 more or like whatever. But it was not like crazy. And then now it's like retail's like $100, you know. So it's pretty crazy out there. Hi, Kiwi. Let's get an escape cap for the top left. Here we go. Escape. Hi, Kiwi. Okay, so it's over when you lose count. Yeah, it's over when you lose count. This is true. This is true. This is true. Alright, I tried to feature many makers, different kinds, to have a little variety. So hopefully we got a decent bit, right? So it's not bad. It's not bad. Totoro. I need to call my neighbor on a weekend? Bruh. I'm drinking to that. You got it for the people? Alright, fine. Calling my neighbor. Be right back. Hello. Oh, it's coming off. And Kiwi is here. Okay. Hello, friends. These stupid buttons are... Hello, friends. It's the Kiwi. Oh. You can see Kiwi. Hi, Kiwi. Ah. This is Kiwi. He hates it. Right? You have something to say? Not really. Okay. You can be on the table. Good boy. Okay. Alright, let's try to type on this. Okay. Let's check. Alright, let's turn off the music here and alright. Everything good here? Alright, Kiwi on the desk. Hi Kiwi, thanks for your company. Good boy. Okay, let's try it out. So now we have MX Browns on a full polycarbonate plate with a lot of artisans featured over here. And yeah, so GMK Villanelle once again for the key set. And let's try typing on this. Okay. Oh, why is it not showing up? Typing. I don't know why it's not showing. Oh, here. There you go. Okay. Alright. Here we go. GMK Villanelle with MX Browns on a polycarb plate. Oh, right, the tap doesn't work. There it is. PC with Browns. Hope you guys like it. And here is the mods. Alphas. And then the F row with artisans. And there it is. And then here's Kiwi. Kiwi, say hi. Say hello. Sorry, it's a mess. Okay. Good boy. I'm just getting to artisans this year. At this stage, are you still collecting? If you so, how do you decide which ones to go for? Yeah, I still do collect. I'd say I do a lot of trading, in general. Occasionally enter sales, but generally speaking, like, when I think of collecting artisans, I think about like how like, you know, what kind of like colors I want. So usually it depends on like if I'm going for a specific build or something like that. I try to like visualize it on the board. Because if I can't visualize it somewhere, then it usually doesn't really have a place. So it's that. And then obviously like I've collected for many years, so it's like at this point like it's like I have pretty much like most different colors and things like that. So it's kind of more like based on like, you know, if I like the subject of the artwork, right? So just like most collecting things, you just kind of determine based on your preferences in terms of what subjects you like. And then like I don't really go for like, oh, gotta get all of the ones for this particular sculpt or anything like that. It just kind of depends on how I'm feeling at the time. But I think determination of that just kind of boils down to whether I see usage of it somewhere or not. And I would say like, yeah, it's I've entered a lot less over the years, so it definitely has slowed down a lot. I mean, especially like I have a lot of life stuff going on and whatnot, so it's like it just like slows down automatically because, you know, there's just no funds for it. And so usually like I'll trade with others and things like that. Like I have friends that like I've bothered artisans to, and they borrowed artisans from. I've borrowed artisans to them, and things like that. But yeah, he's being a good boy. Good boy Kiwi. Imagine having 20 rustlers. Do not have 20 rustlers. I have like one. I have the OG rustler and the camo, Desert Funk camo rustler, and I think that's it. OG best one? The most fun one, yeah. The OG one is the fun. Want a Hyperfuse Taupe artisan? I'm wondering if there's any Taupe keycaps sets that would go well with it. Oof. So actually, Meili, when I enter that sale that you're talking about, I didn't enter for the Taupe ones for that reason. I couldn't see myself using a Taupe artisan on a Taupe board that doesn't have. But the pairing is not bad because it's not like they're difficult colors. It's like what, light blue and purple. So, but yeah, for Taupe it's harder for sure. Like you need either a custom set, or you could get some like a custom set dyed, for example. Like I know some people have done that. Like they dye like those white ones to a specific color. I've seen people do that. Taupe is harder, yeah. Or yeah, MX sliders. But I don't love the typing of Taupe with MX sliders, so I don't personally recommend it myself because I just don't really love it myself. So I can't recommend something that I don't like. So I tend to not like recommend it, yeah. Anyway, where do you list if you sell artisans? I list them. I sometimes list it on my server, in the artisans channel, or there's like a little channel that says Lightning Sells. And then also on like MechMarket, Discord MechMarket, or Reddit MechMarket, and then there's also the Artisan Trading Discord server where people post to trade or post to sell or buy. Yeah, those are the usual places. That's why I was thinking Nova Touch. Oh, I see. Oh, Kiwi, hi. Oh, Kiwi wants to lie down. Look at him. He's so orange, like this one. Aw, good boy. He likes the board, clearly. Good boy. If you want to see him from the top, he's lying down like this. Yeah. Okay. Good thing I disconnected the board because he's right at the edge. Good boy. Okay. So that's the PlaketXL or the PlaketXL, however you want to pronounce it. You can pronounce it in French, I guess, or in English. PlaketXL. Pretty nice board. Honestly, I think like with little tweaks on the board, it's gonna be great for the production. There are tweaks coming for the board, like you won't have issues with the JST connector stuff. If you have the board, make sure you put all your screws on, because it is O-ring mount. So O-ring mount does depend on proper compression of this plate, of the O-ring around the plate, right? So it needs to have a nice even compression around the periphery of the board. So ensuring that will ensure also that the sound and feel of the board is as intended. So yeah, how do you like it? Ignores. He's like, I hate this. I hate what you do. Every single day you do this garbage thing with metal and plastic thingies. Instead of feeding me. It's not even time yet, actually. But yeah. But pretty nice build. I don't know. Do you guys like the MX Browns more or the MX Blacks more? I think they both have a very specific character to them. So I personally think I like MX Browns on the polycarb plate a little bit more, but MX Blacks does sound pretty good too. Yeah. Personally, I'm not sure like about the brass piece on the interior with the like acoustic cavities, right? It's pretty interesting of a concept. It does. I wonder if like having the cavities makes a huge difference. But I think the brass weight definitely factors into how this board sounds. But it sounds pretty nice. It's like a nice tight interior cavity actually. Doesn't have much room in there. There's not too much room below those switches on the PCB. So yeah, which is definitely why like if you don't screw this properly, it will bottom out on the case. And some days you dress up in a onesie. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Good boy. All right. Okay. Well, let me show off the board here. Oh no, he's getting itchy. And putting his fur everywhere. Okay, thank you. Thank you for your contributions. Okay, and let me show off the board over here. So here's our board. Excuse the fur. But this is the PlaketXL, and we have HKB layout, gray top. This is a prototype unit, so you can see the side profile right here. Shows 3 colors: the top case, the bottom case, and the weight color. I actually really like that feature about the board. And we have some loose artisans here that fell off. Well, just one of them. And then here's the bottom. The weight is pretty big. It's pretty substantial here. This big chunk of anodized aluminum with a weight. And then we can, if you want to look at it again from this side, with Kiwi in it, you can take a look again. Maybe I can plug it in for fun. Kiwi, please don't sit on it, please. And if you want to take a look at that like this, you can see that's how it looks. And yeah, so that's the look of the board, fully built. So pretty nice also. Holy shit, that's a lot of artisans. Yes. Okay. All right. So I guess that's pretty much the build here. Diego, can I send my key code to you for that screw? I can try. I can't be, I can't guarantee. Can't guarantee that it'll all work out fine, but I can try. Blue crayon. If you want to send it out if you want. Although, right now with the holidays, it's kind of iffy to send stuff out. Oh, and no, you're so close by. It probably will arrive in a day. Yeah. But yeah, looks pretty good, right? Very colorful artisans here. Yeah. Actually, custom. Do you remember Locomotive? He sent this one a while back. It's a pickup from Loco a while back. Do you do local drop off? Yeah, you can do local drop off if you want. I can let you know. Yeah. I might be a little farther, but I think you might know where I live. But yeah. Yeah, you can do local. If you know, if you're okay with that timing wise. I do work weekdays though, so it's like weekdays I'll have to do like evenings and stuff. But if it's a week, actually next weekend is iffy, so I wouldn't do next weekend. Yeah. But yeah, I do agree with vertical space being nice for this because 60% perfect, in my opinion. It's a perfect layout, perfectly fine layout rather. And yeah, this adds a lot of functionality to this. So that part is pretty sweet. Yeah. Longest stay time I've seen Kiwi being on screen? Yes! He's being so chill right now. This is very surprising to me. He should be feeling hungry and needy, but he's been very calm today. Earlier he was actually. You remember when I said be right back and I came back with artisans and stuff? He was yelling at me, right around at that time. But then he stopped and now he just kind of came up here and is chilling. Good boy. Do you want me to DM you? Yeah, just DM me. Yeah, just DM me. Blue crayon. Kiwi likes the PlaketXL? Yeah, he does. He does. He's like, those French guys know what they're doing. Big cold surface for me to lie on, which is actually what he does. Like when we're playing games, this bastard will like just sit on top of the board like this. I'm like, dude, the hell? Or like if the board is all the way here and my arms are like this, he'll sit like right here, like this, like my left arm. So it's like I can't move my arm anymore. It's either of us, myself or my partner, it doesn't matter. It's like we're like this, you know, like typing or like playing games or like whatever, and he like sit right here. It's just like can't move. Notice me, senpai. Yeah, I don't know. He's needy. He's a good boy though. He's very still pretty well behaved. Doesn't like bite things off and doesn't really like do bad things. Really, he's a very good boy. Alright, well, let's wrap it up here, but I don't know if anybody's streaming at this time. It's Saturday afternoon, so haven't really seen let's see here. I don't think I see any keyboard folks, so maybe we can just wrap it up here. Maybe I can take you to that kitten channel once again. So let's just go and check out some adorable underscore kittens. It's a channel where there's just kittens being on a live stream. They're so cute. I'll just take you over there. But again, thanks everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed the PlaketXL. But if you're interested in this board, you have 3 days to buy it through Delta Key Code, J. I think ClickClack actually closed their listing, which is kind of strange. But I guess if you ask nicely, I'm sure they'll like figure something out. So if you need to buy it from ClickClack.io, just ask them. Don't dismiss the chance, you know. But if you're interested, right, I think it's a very nice board. I'll be honest, I'm personally very strapped for money right now. I have a lot of things going on, and so I personally think that if I first of all had fewer boards and also had the leisure right now, this is a really nice board. I think it's really interesting. These layouts don't come about easily, so if you like the board, I think it's pretty good. I think the O-ring mount here is working fine, and the F row here looks pretty cool. It's pretty unique, so if you're into more unique stuff, I think this is definitely up your alley. But if you don't like this kind of bigger vertical chunky layout, then something else maybe. But I think the Flatbrains folks did a pretty good job on this, so yeah. I can buy your Jane for cash, Diego. Don't worry, I got your back. You're so kind. That's okay. I'm fine. I'm not like hurting for it or anything. I'm just to put it shortly, I had a big life event, and so your boys tied up. So yeah, I made some big purchases. So okay, I'm gonna keep it at that. But all right, I'll share more info. Congrats on the twins. No twins. But I don't know. All right, I'll see you guys later. But I hope you guys had a good time, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend. Good night for those folks over in Europe right now. But I'll see you guys on the next one. Yeah. So, congrats on being Pringles. What the hell is wrong with you? Yeah, yes. My baby. Oh. Whoops. Oh, Kiwi. Kiwi's my baby. Good boy. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Alright, let's go raid adorable kittens. And I'll see you all later. Take it easy. Have a good rest of your weekend. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And Kiwi, you're such a good boy. Alright. See y'all later. Bye-bye.